Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Central Catholic Senior Night. Tonight, we honor 28 seniors seniors, song leaders, cheerleaders, football players, and their parents and families. We want to thank these student athletes for all their hard work and dedication throughout the last 4 years here at Central Catholic. We want to especially thank the parents and families for their encouragement and continual support of their sons and daughters, our athletic programs, and our Central Catholic community. Now, let's introduce these student athletes and their families. First, the senior song leaders. Callie Bloffs and parents Dan and Amanda Bloffs. Kaylee Copeland and parents Kevin and Trina Copeland. Kate Simpson and Billy and Jamie Simpson. Julia McFarland, John and Lynn McFarland. Peyton Allen, Jeff and Jessica Allen. Sylvie Rokoff and parents Oliver and Cindy Rokoff. And now the senior cheerleaders. Jamila Soriano, parents Josie Hernandez and Roberto Soriano. J.P. Gorger, parents Eric and Christine Gorger. Lizzie Ramirez and parents Sophia Orozco and Ernesto Ramirez. And now, the senior football players. Number 2, Jordan King, with Tracy and Cliff King. Number 4, Solon Sanders, with Kesha. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we gather together to support of equality, social justice, freedom of religion, and freedom of speech. At Central Catholic, we embrace unity, peace, respect, safety, and dignity for all. At this time, we invite you to stand, remove your hats, and join us in honoring America by celebrating with the playing of the national anthem performed by the Central Catholic High School Pep Band. A reminder that respect for the opponent, spectators, coaches, and officials is necessary at all levels of athletics. So we ask that all participants and spectators from both schools act appropriately, treat each other fairly in the spirit of good, healthy competition. The OSAA requests that you model good sportsmanship by refraining from derogatory cheers, chants, or behavior towards students, coaches, officials, or other spectators. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct relating to race, gender, age, color, national origin, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion will not be tolerated. Such conduct may subject the violator to be removed from the event and result in penalties assessed against your school. Any spectator removed from this event may be banned from attending future interscholastic events. Speak out if you see inappropriate behavior by immediately notifying event management staff. The OSAA and Central Catholic community are committed to a welcoming environment that promotes fair play and respect for all, and expect the same from each of you here tonight. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Together, we can provide a safe and respectful environment for all.
Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to another exciting edition of high school football here on your high school sports leader, Oregon Sports Beat. Tonight, 6A Mount Hood Conference football featuring the Central Catholic Rams. The Rams' opponent tonight, the Gresham Gophers. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Hall. Thanks for joining us here pregame. Chuck Blickel, the statistician, will join me in just a second. Rams, of course, are 8-0. Can't call them the defending state champions. They are, in fact, the reigning state champions. The Gophers are 1-6 and been an interesting season so far. The Gophers, although they are 1-6, they have only been outscored by their opponents 222 to 130. That's an average score per game of 31-18. So they have not been blown out in any one game except the loss to Barlow, and that was a 48-0 loss. For the Rams, they've outscored their opponents 352 to 78. Just tonight's game and next week's game with Clackamas left. See if we can get a perfect season this season out of the Rams. The Gophers have Central Catholic tonight and Reynolds next week. I'm joined by my broadcast partner tonight, James Broadous. And James, good to see you again.
I wish it was on a better day, a nicer day, but it's football nevertheless.
I mentioned, we can't call Central Catholic, we can't call them the defending state champions. They're actually the reigning state champions because there are no defending state champions. But this game, this is on the way to putting a statement out that they're going to defend that title this year.
Absolutely. Every time that they come out and play, they play like they're defending something. They're trying to continue this legacy that they have. And once you have a program that has been so successful, every game you look at it or you try to approach it as a big-time playoff game or even, someone trying to dethrone you.
I mentioned the average score of Gresham's games this year is 31-18. So it hasn't been any big blowouts except the Barlow game. On the other hand, for the Rams, it's 352 to 78. There have been some really big blowouts along the way.
Yes, that Rams offense is potent. There's a lot of different weapons. You can spread the ball around, and when you have that many weapons, it's hard for a defense just to decide on who they're going to stop. And so the Gresham Gophers, they've been playing well, and they've, like you said, have not been blown out except for that one game. But it's going to be a tall order to try to stop this Rams offense.
Head coach James Allen for the Gresham Gophers. Head coach, of course, Steve Pine for the Central Catholic Rams. I'm looking down the list of coaches for the Gophers, and on the assistants list, there's an interesting name, Lamar Winston. How did he?
And Tyson Cooper. Both former Central Catholic Rams. Lamar Winston, of course, had a great career at the University of Oregon.
All right, we're set for the kickoff. Gophers to kick off here at Hillsborough Stadium. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll get this underway. Rams set to receive. Cardinal uniforms, white lettering. They'll move from our left to our right. Kick fielded in the end zone, and they'll just down that.
And that's not a bounce for the Gresham Gophers, because we have seen throughout the year that the Rams special teams are as equally as potent as their offense. And you get that ball in the hands of those guys back there, they're trying to take it to the house.
I went down the list of the statistical leaders in the Mount Hood Conference. Here's where the Rams stand. They're number 1 in passing. They are number 7 in rushing. They are number 1 in receiving, number 1 in touchdowns. So they spread it around. All right, we're set to go. Receivers split wide left and right. They're in the slot left. Lone setback. Newman wants to throw. He's going to throw right away. Batted down, incomplete.
Looking for a quick slant, get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Probably that would have 5-yard pass, but everybody that touches the ball can take it to the house. So, just get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and let them do what they do.
All right, Rams set, empty backfield. Receivers wide left and right, slot left again. I'm sorry, there is a back there. I just didn't see him. Here's the snap, handoff, inside, little jump cut, gets about 8.
Like you said, nice little jump cut right there.
Ellis Bynum on the carry, and he gets 8. So second down and about 2. Gophers in a 4-man front. Same set for the Rams. James, everybody up close on defense for the Gophers. There's a throw on the outside, wide open, midfield. This is going to go all the way. This is going to be a 72-yard touchdown pass.
Zach Gresham.
Complete to Gresham.
Well, you know, right before the snap, you said that their interesting defense, they had everybody up front, up close. And when you do that, you better get a jam on the receiver, and that is not what happened. And that was an easy pitch and catch.
The time on that, 11:05, so we're 55 seconds into the game. Newman to Gresham for 72 yards, and that's really a good point. If you're going to lay up that close, you got to jam somebody at the line. They get behind you, and that's exactly what happened.
Exactly, that is exactly. You got to jam them, and if you don't jam them, then they get peanut butter, and that's what happened right there. Peanut butter for the Rams.
Kick is good. Rams 7, Gophers nothing.
All right, the point after touchdown, the kick is good. It's 7-0 right off the bat.
We'd like to welcome the 8th graders who participated in Central Catholic 8th Graders Night, where they're experiencing what it's like to be a part of the football family. Hope you're having a
So the
great
touchdown
evening.
pass to
Go
Gresham.
Rams.
Rams lead 7-0. They'll kick off.
You know, the Gophers are, they actually, the last game that we did here was the Rams versus Barlows. And the Rams scored 3 touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, first 3 plays. 1 play touchdown, got the ball back, 1 more play touchdown. So in that regards, the Gophers are doing pretty good. They held them to 3 plays before they scored a touchdown.
Nothing like getting the winds taken out of your sails when you give up a touchdown with less than a minute gone in the game.
And that will upset a coach like no other. That's got to be a blown assignment. And when you blow an assignment against, you almost have to play a perfect game to beat the Rams. And if you're blowing assignments like that, then it doesn't bode well for you.
Good point, James. That's clearly a blown assignment because he didn't deke anybody that time. He just ran straight out and was wide open. Gophers on the kickoff return. They'll get out to the 20. Just underway, first half action, Hillsborough Stadium. Central Catholic Rams, Gresham Gophers, and the Rams lead already, 7-0.
It's interesting to see what type of offense that the Gophers come out in. You know, some teams have been trying to have success with just running the ball up the middle against the Rams. But when they try to get to the perimeter, there's a lot of speed on that Rams defense, and that has not been a highly successful game plan.
Spread formation, receivers wide left and right, slot left and right. Pitch to the outside to try to come around the left corner. Oh, big tackle that time. Gain of about 4. On the carry for the Gophers, number 24, and that's Emmanuel Igbanagwam. Oh,
Nice.
I got that pretty close.
And he looks like he's limping off. He had hurt his ankle early in the season. Matter of fact, it was first play of the game of the season, and he hurt his ankle, and it looks like he may have re-injured it right there.
They'll give him 3 for Iguanabom. Gophers have been alternating quarterbacks this season. They've used Jackson Doving and Zach Kaufman. Handoff to go the other way this time.
To number 9, Jaden Mitchell.
Mitchell on the carry, and he gets maybe another yard.
Marion Winston on the stop.
Another yard backwards.
Backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Pitched it out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
He pitched it out, and Marion Winston was in the backfield as if he knew that play. As soon as that play developed, he was right there bringing the poor ball carrier down.
3rd down and about 13 now, so it was really a loss of about 5. pass.
Zach Kaufman's pass incomplete.
Kaufman's pass incomplete. Bring up 4th down, 4th and 13. We'll see a punt.
Yeah. Again, not a bad idea, but when you're facing 3rd and 13, this is hard. Again, you got to be able to control the line of scrimmage, and even in that series right there, you can see that the Rams control that line of scrimmage. The Rams defense.
Rams are going to get pretty good field position. They're back at the 50, punt formation. The ball is on the 18. Go for a shorter player. You hate that when you're the coach and you haven't got enough guys on the field.
It's like, you know, you're on punt team. What were you doing over there?
Right, nobody told you to come out. High kick. They're going to let it bounce. And it's going to bounce short of the 50, and it's going to be down at the 47. So Rams will take over 1st and 10 on the 47.
47-yard line, 1st and 10 Rams.
When you have a good offense like the Rams, the punt team is really just out there just to secure the ball. If you can catch the ball in the air without any danger, go ahead and catch it. If you can't, just let it bounce. We'll get the ball, and we have supreme confidence in the offense, and we can score from anywhere on the field.
Gresham actually has the leading tackler in the Mount Hood Conference. He's number 42, and his name is Mason Hermans. He's a linebacker in the game right now. Receivers wide to the left. They're in the slot to the right. The snap to Newman. He wants to throw. No, hands it off. Hands it off to the outside. Turns the corner. That's going to get about 15, the 1st down. Number 8 on the carry, and that's Bynum again.
Ellis Bynum on the carry.
Bynum is showing some real patience back there. You know, he gets to the corner, and then he sets his blockers. He stays behind them, finds a hole, and explodes through it. That's nice run technique right there.
Nice. 23 yards on 2 carries for Bynum.
That's a good average. I'm not good at math, and I know that that's a good average.
All right, here we go. The snap for Newman. The ball is on the 29-yard line. Long count. The snap. Throws to the outside to Bynum. He's behind the line of scrimmage. He might lose a couple. He does. It's a completed pass, but a loss of 2.
Pass complete to Bynum.
He just couldn't find any room right there. You
On the
know.
stop for the Gophers.
Newman was real patient, and he checked down, went through his progressions, came back to Bynum, but Bynum just could not find any room to run.
They'll go wide to the right this time.
I'm looking for Jordan King to get involved here shortly.
King, the leading receiver in the Mount Hood Conference. Handoff. No, I'm sorry. Pulls it down, keeps the ball. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, I think.
Yep. Short little pass out there to number 2, Jordan King.
Pass
There's a lot of
complete to
misdirection on that play right there. Faked the handoff, and he sort of faked the run.
You know, I've completed 2 passes on this drive for -5 yards. All right, 3rd down. Receivers wide left and right. Newman to throw, got a man underneath, complete. Down to the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown. 26-yard touchdown pass.
Zach Gresham.
Complete to Gresham.
Zach Gresham with his 2nd touchdown of the day. 2nd touchdown of the quarter. 2 catches, 98 yards for Zach. Again, just another weapon here in this call, the weapons that the Rams have.
Gresham, as James said, 2 catches, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. Newman is 4 for 4.
As your watch goal to attempt the extra point.
That's a start. That's a great start.
Rams short a player. They'll get them in. We're not halfway through the 1st quarter, and we've got 100 yards passing. It's up. And it is
Kick
good.
is good. Rams 14, Gophers nothing.
14-0.
Our PA announcer, he could be a little bit nicer. 14-0, maybe 14-0. You know, 14-0 sounds a little bit nicer than 14-0.
Are we getting politically correct in scores?
I mean, you know, sometimes you got to think about.
Right.
Reminds me of growing up playing games with my older brother. He's 2 years older than me, and it took forever for me to really be able to compete with him. And he would beat me, and there was no taking it easy. And then it was always laughing after the game or telling people how bad he smashed me.
But the time when you finally beat him, wasn't that just sweet?
That was sweet. That was sweet. And now I beat him all the time.
Yeah. Are you sure that's what he's going to say?
No, he wouldn't say that.
Okay. Rams set to kick off. They lead 14-0. 7:20 left to go in the first. Rams kicker, that's number 87. Asher Washel, the senior. It's senior night. We had 20 seniors introduced before the game. Nice deep kick.
Ball goes into the end zone. Come out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Gresham.
I've been covering the PIL up until now mostly, and the one thing I've noticed is the kickers, not as much distance. The distance seems to be going down and down and down for kickers. That kick was strong.
Yeah, Adam has really been able to Ashley's really been able to put that ball in the end zone, and that's a big weapon as well. When you don't give, a lot of times teams are putting their best athletes back there to return kicks. And a lot of times they only give an opportunity.
First down and 10, the ball spotted at the 20. Gresham will start on offense. So far they have generated -1 yard. Rolling to the left, turns back inside, has some room, and then does the baseball slide. Picked up maybe about 4.
Zach Kaufman on the keeper.
Yeah, that's what we call a business decision. He made a business decision right there and went ahead and slid, picked up his 2 yards. And
my future's playing football, and if I run at somebody, it won't be playing
Right,
football. It'll be in business school.
It'll be in business school.
Receiver wide left this time. Kaufman, the quarterback.
Ooh.
Well, lots of movement. Nobody snapped the ball. First penalty of the game, and it'll be against the Gophers.
False start on everybody. That's one of those when the referee, he's calling out numbers. False start on number 4, right. Number 24.
Right.
Number 5.
5-yard penalty. They'll repeat the down. 2nd down and 13. Ball on the 17. 6:38 left to go. First quarter. Rams lead 14-0. 2 long touchdown passes. 72 yards and 26 yards from Newman to Gresham. Now empty backfield. Trip receivers actually 4 receivers to the left. Another whistle. False start on the offense. So back-to-back penalty is going to back this up. It'll now be 2nd down and 18, the ball at the 12. Need to get out to the 30 for the first down.
Going backwards, you put yourself in a tough situation with 2nd and long, 3rd and long. Staying behind the chains against this Ram defense isn't.
Ball was partially tipped but completed. Going to be complete out to the 24. Incomplete? Oh, dropped it. I thought he had it in his hands. Incomplete.
It's one of those, looks like you got to complete the catch. He had the ball in his hands just like you saw, but then when he landed, That ball bounced out. It was going to be a tough play, a tough catch, but he had initially made the catch, but once his body hit the ground, the ball bobbled out.
3rd down and 18. Gresham hasn't tried to throw the ball deep yet.
When you don't have a lot of time, it's hard to let those receivers get deep.
Oh,
And he's running. Again, as soon as that ball is snapped, he's back there looking, and he's trying to find something, and Kaufman is just not able to have the time to let his receivers get down the field.
okay. Is that right? We've got the quarterback wrong. It's Emerson Dennis. Okay. I apologize for that. Thought I saw the right number, but it's Dennis who's been starting at quarterback. Emerson Dennis, number 11, and he is a senior. 4th down and 18. Punt formation. Rams are going to get even better field position this time.
It's the same guy who was not in the punt formation the last time. I don't think he wants to be on punt team.
Coach.
Coach, I've been telling you all week I don't want to be on punt team.
Don't want to be on the bomb squad. Here's the kick. It's away. It's a little better kick. This one's actually going to cross midfield. Bounces into Central Catholic territory and down at the 39. So a little deeper kick, a little better result.
Near the 39-yard line in Ram territory. 1st and 10, Central Catholic.
It was a really nice punt, and particularly at the high school level, that's a great punt. On your backup, at your backup against the goal line, you put that ball on the 40-yard line.
43-yard punt.
Man. Now it looks like Crew Newman is at the quarterback.
Right now, Newman is in. So Newman, number 6. Handoff, the blast play over right tackle. Close to the 1st down.
And that is a perfect name for that play right there, the blast play. There's no time for you to be back there dancing. That hole opens up. You got to blast through there, and that's exactly what Bynum is doing. He's hitting that hole hard. He's running really well today.
USC used to call that the blast play. Receivers wide left and right. They're in the slot to the left. Newman wants to throw on the outside, has a man open, jumps up, catches the ball all the way down to the 20.
Jordan the King. I tell you what, I've watched a lot of high school football, and I would put this guy's hands up there against anybody that I've seen in high school. He catches the ball with his hands away from his body. Those are big-time catches right there, and that was contested. This guy is the real deal.
Reminds me of Silas Starr.
Silas the Star. And now you got Jordan the King.
All right, sweep play. This is Bynum to the outside, close to the 1st down again.
Bynum on the carry. Matthew Scott with the tackle.
They're going to, let's see, are they going to move the chains? Taking a look at it.
Well, yeah, they did. It's 1st down, but it's 1st and goal.
All right.
Bynum is going to make, people are going to stop trying to tackle him. He is punishing the tacklers.
He already has 43 yards rushing on 4 carries. Throw to the outside and
pass intended for King.
incomplete, intended for King. .405 left to go here in the first. 14-0. Rams knocking on the door again. They'll go wide to the right, slot to the right. There's the snap. Newman, hands off. Little stutter step by Bynum. Down to about the 5.
Bynum on the carry. Scott
Once
with
again,
the
it's
tackle.
making something out of nothing. Looks like there's not a lot there, but those good running backs can get those hard yards. You know, he makes 5 yards out of that play.
Some people just blast through the line of scrimmage. Then there's those guys that have the talent to do that little jump cut. Get up to the line of scrimmage, they see the hole is just next to them, and they jump into it. 3:33 left. First quarter, 14-0 Rams. There's the snap. Throw, the fade pattern, and incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
He's saying he didn't land in bounds. He caught the ball.
Yeah, I saw him catch the ball.
He's going to catch the ball, that's no doubt. But he apparently was not able to get his foot down in bounds. It would be interesting if we had replay because Jordan is running in telling everybody, I caught that ball, I caught that ball.
Right.
It's
It's fourth down. Let's see, are the Rams going to go for a field goal? They have their kicker out.
Asher Washcall in to attempt a field goal.
They are going to go for a field
Ball
goal.
spotted on the 12, 22-yard attempt.
This will be a 22-yard attempt. Washcall. The snap, the ball down, the kick is up, and it is through.
Kick is good. Rams
22-yard field
Gresham
goal.
nothing.
And the lead goes to 17-0.
You know, clearly when you get in the red zone, you want to score touchdowns. But in this situation, there's no problem with working on your field goals. As you move forward, these games coming up are going to be playoff games, and you want to be able to be clicking on all cylinders. And so you want to have an opportunity to work on your field goal unit. And that's a big 3 points right there, not just for today's game, but for moving forward.
I'm impressed with him as a kicker. He's done great on kickoffs. Now he drives through a 22-yard field goal, puts the Rams up 17-7 with 3:15 left to go in the first quarter. If I had to pick a word to describe the Rams at this point in time, it would be efficient.
Yes, and I would come up with unstoppable. I mean, it's really looking like they're unstoppable. Oh, look at our guy out here. He's leading the cheers. Yes, I love it. Everyone everyone is a part of the game out here.
He said, well, I'm on the sidelines and I'm not in the game right now. Why don't I just kind of lead the cheers?
There you go.
I think that's
It's a
41,
nice
Dan Savage.
Asher Washcall the kick.
Right? Kickoff, 17-0. Rams get the kick away, deep kick.
Ball goes into the end zone, touchback. We'll come out to the 20, 1st and 10 Gresham.
That was interesting because it hit the guy and it bounced then back out of the end zone onto the field of play, but the minute it hit him in the end zone, it was down.
Yeah, and lucky for him.
Unlucky for him.
That was not going to be a good situation. And once again, another kick 3-4 yards deep into the end zone.
All right, Gophers will start on offense. So far, they have not generated any offense. They have a total of 1 yard rushing and no yards passing. It's a pretty good defensive effort.
Pretty good defensive effort. No first downs here so far in this first quarter for the Gophers.
Spread formation, the snap, rolls, wants to throw the outside. Oh, the receiver didn't turn in time. He didn't cut to the outside. It was an out route, and he kind of slowed down when he went to make the cut.
Kaufman's pass incomplete.
Yeah, there was some miscommunication, let's say that, on both parts, the quarterback and the receiver.
That is the quarterback, Jackson Davig. His first pass attempt incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Snap, going to throw underneath and almost intercepted. On the coverage that time, I think that was Tommy Mitchell.
Timmy Mitchell. Yep, that's Timmy Mitchell out there on that coverage, and he read the play before the receiver. You know, he made a break on that ball, but the ball, I think it got away from the quarterback so bad that neither could read it. Timmy Mitchell was right there with his eyes on the receiver and his eyes on the quarterback.
Right.
And his eyes in the end zone.
And good point. 3rd down and 10. Wants to throw. Looks to the outside, and was he in bounds?
Pass intended for Pippa White, incomplete.
Incomplete. 3 straight passes for the Gophers, 3 straight
Brings up fourth
incompletions. Fourth down coming up.
And as you can see, the Gophers are trying to move the pocket and trying to
Brody moves
preserve their
in
quarterback from
confirmation
taking
for the
hits
Gophers.
from this blind side, and he's rolling out to the right, and he just cannot complete those passes. But you can see the strategy. It's just not being executed properly.
Oh, almost blocked. That's going to be a short kick. It'll bounce across midfield and down at the 45-yard line. Rams will start 55 yards away from the goal, leading 17-0. 2:47 left to go here in the first.
You mentioned it right there, almost blocked. I think that was Marion Winston who got in there and was trying to decide if I want to block this punt or if I don't, because if you miss and then you run into the punter, you know it's automatic first down. Nobody wants to make that mistake, again, when you have this type of offense. But he was right there, and I think he's going to watch film and be like, man, I could have put my arms up and maybe even caught this kick.
Maybe, exactly. First down Rams. Receivers to the left and right, slot right.
Looks like Crew Newman is back at QB.
There's a handoff straight ahead. Big hole, going to get to the outside. May go all 55. He will.
That Jacob
Number
Hardiman.
23, Jacob Hardiman.
Jacob Hardiman. Are they? I don't see a flag. Why is everybody
Yeah.
coming back?
There's a flag.
There it is.
It looks like
Friendly
holding.
marker on the play.
Hardiman gets 55. It's going to come back. You mentioned the offensive strategy for the Gophers. It looks like they're trying to throw underneath. They're running a couple little out routes, trying to get the ball in front of the deep defenders for the Rams.
Yeah, and a lot of that is due to not having a lot of time. You know, you can't wait for them to get down the field. They need to try to cut their routes off, and maybe you can get 7 yards down the field before the quarterback is under pressure.
Hardiman on the play that time, got into the secondary. Once he did, he just outran everybody.
Right. They brought it back for that holding. You know, again, and you don't like to see holding, but your teammates are trying to block for him, and sometimes you get called. It's the first penalty on the Rams.
So it's first down and 12. The pass across the middle, complete. This one may go. This clearly is going to go all the way. That's going to be a 50-yard touchdown pass.
To Blake Anderson into the end zone. Touchdown.
Blake Anderson running the quick little crossing route. Newman put it right on him, right in stride, and man, all you got to do is catch that ball like you've been doing for all your life, and then just run it on into the end zone.
I don't know what the total yards total is for the Rams right now, but it's going to be close to 175 yards.
Right. It's like a pinball machine.
50-yard pass, Newman to Anderson. Washoff in for the extra point try. Kick is down, it's up, and it is right through the
Kick
middle.
is good. Rams 24, Gophers nothing.
All right, 2:27 left to go in the first. The Rams now lead 24-0. I said 175. It's even more than that. It's 194. Rams have scored it 11:05, 7:20, 3:15, and 2:27.
I don't know what you can do for that. I don't know what the other team can do when they're scoring points that fast.
You know, there is a mercy rule in football, and that's when you get to 45 points and the clock then runs continuously. And we're halfway to that point right now with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Right. And so in the second half they'll run that clock, and
Asher Wash calls the kick.
it would be a pretty safe bet to say that they're going to end up doing that running clock.
Right now it doesn't look good for the Gophers, but Let's see if they can put something together. If they can hook up on some of those passes and at least get a drive going. There's another deep kick. Stand and let that bounce in the end zone and it'll come out. That may be the best kicker I've seen this year.
End zone touchback will come out to the 20, 1st and 10 Gresham.
Yes, he is really kicking that ball. He's really good at his craft. The Gophers have sort of given up on the run. You know, that first play of the game, they tried to run, it didn't work out, and ever since then, they've been trying to do something else.
I have them, let's see, I have them 1 yard on 3 attempts rushing, and they've just quit.
Yeah.
Quit trying to run the ball. But they have been going to underneath routes. Let's see if that works. They're going to go empty backfield. Receivers wide left and right. They're in the slot left and right. Run play. They try to run. That's going nowhere. Rams linebackers and cornerbacks were up close that time. They're just daring Gophers to throw deep.
You know, no matter how many skilled players you have, how good your quarterback is, or how good your receivers are or whatnot, if you can't get some protection, and if you can't create some holes to run through, it's impossible. And right now, that offensive line is just overmatched by our Rams defensive line.
If you can't run the ball, those front four just pin their ears back and just come as hard as they can.
Right.
Loss of 2 on that play. Negative yardage now for the Gophers again. Motion. They'll give the play off on the play, the sweep play to the right. Picks up maybe a couple.
Igbon Wanigam on the carry. Kate Galen with a stop.
With a carry, and he gets maybe 4. 3rd down and 6, ball on the 24. Need to get out to the 30. We had senior night before we started, 20 seniors for the Rams. It's homecoming. We'll have a homecoming ceremony at halftime. They're going to throw on the outside, and that is incomplete. Overthrew the receiver.
Brings up 4th down.
Zach Kaufman back in quarterback, and that was incomplete. So 2 run plays and a pass get a total of 4 yards. While we're sitting here talking about how good the Rams offense is, the defense is pretty good too.
The defense is pretty good, absolutely. They just have a lot of weapons. They have a lot of athletes and players that are smart. You know, they know their role, and they stay disciplined. They stay in their defensive lanes, and, you know, the defensive integrity is good. There's another guy laid out for the punt team. Oh, this time it was the center. He's a pretty important piece to this unit.
I don't think you can look up and say, snap, it's going to be down,
snap.
And it's going to be down back at the 2-yard line. The punter fell on that. That was a better idea than trying to pick it up and kick it, but it's all the way back at the 2.
So the snapper, maybe the long snapper, was like, that's why he wasn't out there. He's like, Coach, I don't know if I want to be out here right now.
And that snap was short. It would bounce before it got to the punter.
I don't think he was mentally, you know, again, that is an important position as well. And you have to be mentally focused on that position, on that long snapper as well.
And at quarterback for the Rams, it looks Emerson Dennis is back in there, number 11.
So it looked like Coach Pine is going 2 series at a time, rotating the quarterbacks, keeping them fresh, keeping them learning.
The snap to Dennis, the handoff inside, big hole, and that's an easy touchdown.
Hand off to Jacob Hardiman into the end zone.
Hardiman on the carry and a 2-yard touchdown run.
Hardiman missed out on his touchdown earlier because of the holding call, and he was able to be rewarded right there for his work. He ran through that hole so easily. I think that I could have ran through that hole right there.
All right, Washington for the point after touchdown. Dennis the holder. The ball is up and it is good. Wait a minute. No, it's off.
Score remains
Off
Rams
to the
30,
right.
Gresham nothing.
So the score stays at 30-0. 4 touchdowns, 3 extra points, field goal, 30 points up on the board with 37 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Look like Asher Wasco is human after all. You know, I mean, that kick right there, that PAT had the leg for sure, but just a little bit to the right.
Keep in mind it's been raining hard.
So at my high school, I'm the athletic director, and so we had soccer matches today. That's where I was coming from, and it rained the whole match. And it's funny, the kids don't mind. It's all of us that are standing on the sideline that were not happy.
You have a soccer field at De La Salle?
We play our soccer. We play soccer at Delta Park.
Same place the Rams play. We did the girls' game Tuesday night for the Central Catholic.
Isaiah Pippa-White on the return.
A big hit right there.
Okay,
Looks like Pippa White finally got an opportunity to run the ball, and when he did, he got thrown down really fast.
You know, you got out to the 17. How'd you do today in the soccer match? Not good?
But lost. Took one on the chin right there. Was in what is it, the 88th minute?
Oh.
1-0.
We did a boys
say
soccer
in
game
soccer.
for Central Catholic this year, and they scored a goal with 1 second on the clock
Wow.
to win 1-0.
To win 1-0.
We did Central Catholic volleyball Monday night, girls soccer Tuesday night, football here tonight. Pressure, quarterback steps up, and he's going to get back just to the line of scrimmage.
There's a flag.
There's a
Zach
flag.
Kaufman on the keeper.
Going to be some kind of personal foul. It was after the play was dead.
Well, those are those plays that you see a lot in the NFL. The quarterback is scrambling. As defense, you're taught to tackle. You want to tackle. The quarterback is running full speed. Then all of a sudden he goes into his baseball slide. The defender at that point is supposed to be able to pull up. I played football for a long time, and it's pretty hard to pull up when you are going full speed trying to make a tackle. And it looks like that's what happened to Solon Sanders. He tried to make the play. And
You go low for the legs, and pretty soon there's a slide, and now he's got his head down on the ground, and you got to avoid hitting him in the head with your head.
Right. You're not trying, no malicious intent, but that's
Right.
you're trying to make a play. And that actually turns out to be the Gophers' biggest play of the day.
It is a 15-yard penalty, the biggest play of the game. First and down, 1st and 10, the ball at the 33. Wants to throw to the outside, complete, and a pickup of about 5.
Pass complete.
Little swing pass out to the right. Ibanawanagam with the reception. And let's see where they're going to mark that.
Second completion of the day for the Gophers.
Rams 30,
9 yards. 2 completions, 1 for 8. 2 completions, 9 yards. 2 for 8, I'm sorry. 9 yards for the Gophers.
That is the end of the first quarter. Our score at the end of 1. It is Central Catholic 30, Gresham nothing.
The student section is rocking.
Nice crowd tonight. Like we said, it was senior night before we started. That was senior night, not only for the football players, but for the rally squad. It's going to be homecoming at halftime, and so big ceremonies tonight.
You know, I'm really happy for this senior class, you know, and last year's senior class, you feel bad for them. They didn't really get to experience the senior year like many of us have over the years. This senior class, they were able to come back to school, come back. You can see this, a nice crowd out here. Sports are almost back to normal. So it's a really big year for this senior class. And a lot of schools are trying to do it big, and and celebrate the seniors, as well as just celebrate the rest of the students.
Gophers now moving from our left to our right. Rams on defense. Quarterback wants to throw. He's going to roll right. He looks downfield. Throws underneath, incomplete.
Just nobody to throw to. Just nowhere to throw, and you got to make a decision at some point. And so, decision to just throw it away. Don't take any more yards lost. Don't take any unnecessary hits. But there's no one to throw to.
3rd down and 7. The line of scrimmage is the 36. Need to get out to the 43.
There's a lot of confusion here on the Gopher side.
They shift. Trip receivers to the right. Quarterback looks under pressure, and he just lets that one go short. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Pass complete. Big Bonawanigan.
There's 3 passes completed by Kaufman, all to the running back.
Brought down by Cade Galen.
And then it's up to the running back to try to find some lanes to make some yards, some of those yak yards after catch. It's just not happening. Let's see if they get everybody out here on the punt team this time.
So this will be the 4th punt for the Gophers. Rams have not yet punted. They've scored every time they had the ball. There's the snap. Gets the kick away this time. End over end kick. Fielded at the 30. Out to the 35. Tries to cut to the right. Does. Going to turn the corner. 40, 50. This one's going all the way. And a touchdown. He fielded that at the 30. That's 70 yards.
Zach Gresham once again. That's his 3rd touchdown of the half. I call him the Swiss Army knife. He does everything for this team, and as you can see right there, he's a threat on the punt. We've seen him catch the long ball. We've seen him catch a short swing and turn it into a big play.
Gresham's 3rd touchdown of the night. He has 2 receiving in that punt return. We're 9 points short of getting to the mercy rule, and we've got 1 minute into.
As your watch going to
It's a
attempt
35.
extra
They changed that to 35 points. So.
Oh, no, that's right. Okay, so we are going to be in a running clock after halftime. That's up and through.
Kick is good.
And that ball's in the parking lot. Jeez.
I did a non-conference game early this year, and it was Liberty and Lincoln, and they used 45 points, and they picked that up in the second half. So I wasn't aware they changed it to 35, but we'll know what we're doing in the second half here.
Right.
And by the way, that's a really good team. Liberty is a really good team.
And I'm sure they'll be in the playoffs. And, there's nothing like those state championships, those state playoffs, and you're one and done. And these games right here, you use this to try to polish your craft. You try to polish your play calling, every aspect of your game so that you can be prepared for those championships. Everyone is excited going in, but, at the end of each game, somebody's going to go home. And that's going to be the end. That's going to be an abrupt end to someone's season. Right. So, everybody at this point is now just trying to get themselves ready for that postseason.
And the Rams will get a little bit better test next week when they get Clackamas.
Big ESPN game. That game will be nationally televised, and that's going to be a big one. Get here early.
All right, 10:51 left to go in the half. 37-0 Rams.
Washko, the kick.
Washko on the kickoff. Kick is away.
Let it go, Pip.
James, well, I got a chance on these long touchdowns, the passes, the punt returns. What I've marveled at is the blocking from the Rams. They get guys to the outside, and they got a lane for him, and just, it's easy to say this one's going all the way early because nobody's going to get to the guy.
Right. You know, and then that's a good point because a lot of that gets missed. A lot of times we just watch the ball carrier and you miss the blocking, the execution that has to take place for such great plays to happen. You know, I watch the NFL a lot, and I love it when the receivers or running backs able to give the ball to the lineman and let them spike it after the touchdown.
Right. Wants to throw to the outside, complete. Oh, dropped as he went out of bounds. That's going to be incomplete.
Pass
There's
incomplete.
a flag in the
Penalty marker on
backfield.
play.
Flag in the backfield also. That pass was intended for number 21, Isaiah Pippa-White. Incomplete. Flag down in the backfield. In fact, all the way back to the almost to the end zone. And the Gophers are backing up.
It's like he's picking up the flag.
Disregard the penalty flag.
Okay. So
Yeah.
no flag, 2nd and 10.
Well, what I just noticed there is kind of interesting. The referee has 2 flags in his pocket. I don't understand what you need 2 flags in your pocket for.
Well,
Maybe one of them fell out right there.
is one of them to mark the ball.
Oh, okay. Maybe we got a
When the
ball.
ball's down, they carry
Well,
that
they're
little
both yellow
weighted.
flags.
Right.
Just in case. Oh, boy.
Well,
No,
there's the outside receiver on the right. He jumped.
the center picked the ball up but did not snap it.
That's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
Wow. I think you assume the minute you pick that ball off the ground, somebody's going to hit you. You can't just stand there.
That looked like a Geico commercial.
It did. Back it up 5, 1st and 15, or 2nd and 15 now.
It's the 3rd penalty on the Gophers. You can't keep putting yourselves behind the chains. 2nd and 15, and it's hard to move the ball anyway. Now you're in long distance.
Rams don't have a turnover. They don't have a penalty either. A 1. Okay. Quarterback keeper tries to get to the outside. He won't get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a couple more.
I'm not worried about him getting back to the line of scrimmage. I'm worried about him getting back to the huddle.
Getting up.
Man, that was.
Janelle with the tackle.
I'm not sure about that play call. I mean, it's 2nd and 15, and I don't know. Was he looking downfield to throw the ball? Could you tell?
Yes, he was looking downfield, and they've been rolling out to the right pretty much the whole game, and I think that the Rams are starting to pick up on that. They're trying to buy him some time, but the receivers are just not able to get open.
10 minutes left in the first half. 3rd and 19 from the 11. Rolls to the left. That was kind of looked like it was a. He was looking at the pitch man and decided to turn it in himself and didn't get
Confident on the
anything.
keeper. Janelle on the tackle.
Maybe got 3. 4th down though.
Andrew Tennell, again, on another tackle. He's made the last 2 plays. Big hits.
Brody Booz in punt formation for the Gophers.
Fields back. Gresham back. Punt the ball away. Another low kick bounces on the ground. Oh, the kicker gets it away. It's only going to go about 15 yards. And in fact, it only goes out to the 36-yard
Down
line.
near the 36-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Punt of about
Rams.
18 yards.
Join us
And
for
the
the
kicker was
ESPN
lucky to get
Showcase
that one away.
Tailgater on October 29th. Ticket includes a game ticket, spot in the reserve
You
parking
know, it's a new
area,
coaching staff
drink
over at
ticket
Gresham, and I hope people will
Don't miss out on
have
the fun
patience
and
with
an
them. It's
inside
not
scoop
easy
from some of
to
the
change the
coaches.
culture of a
This line
program.
is selling out
James
fast.
Allen was
For tickets, visit
PIL
our
great,
website
went on to play in the
at
NFL, had a pretty good
centralcatholicHigh.org.
career in the league. You know that he knows what he's doing. It's just a matter, it's going to take some time. So I hope that the Gresham fan base is patient with what they're trying to do over there.
Rams set. Going to run a sweep play to the left. Turns the corner and gets about now. Still on his feet. That's Hardiman still on his feet. To the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. One play, 36
Jacob
yards.
Hardiman takes it to the house. Touchdown Central.
43 to nothing.
Jacob Hardiman. When it looked like he was down, looked like they had stopped him. His forward progress looked like it might be stopped, and all of a sudden, boom, puts that foot in the ground, hits the makes a right turn all the way into the end zone.
43-0, yeah. He kind of was hit, and he didn't go down. He just stood up, slid a little bit to the right, and then just turned it on.
Yeah, you know, you got to wrap up. That's what coaches teach all the time, wrap up. And right there, the Gophers are just hitting, trying to make a big hit.
Extra point by Washcole is good.
And this is what happens if you don't wrap up.
44-0.
44-0. We decided that we were going to
Zero.
say 40.
Okay. People say that the art of tackling is diminishing, and that people don't, like you said, wrap up the ball carrier and don't stop the ball carrier and get help from other tacklers. And that play looked like it, didn't it?
Yes, and Jacob Hardiman is putting together a nice game, some nice game film that he'll be able to send off to colleges as well, you know.
Gresham with 3 touchdowns, Hardiman with 2 touchdowns.
Hardiman 2 touchdowns, a 34-yarder, a 44-yarder.
He had a 2-yard run on that one play
Oh,
when they
yeah.
recovered the fumble.
Yeah. Oh, 3, okay.
Rams set to kick off.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about this, there's 32 minutes of action left. It's a long time when the score is 44-0.
If they were to keep the clock, start the clock, running clock now, I don't think anyone would complain.
Washcole to kick.
That's a driving kick into the back
Ball
of the
goes
end zone.
into the end zone. Touchback will come out to the 20. 1st and 10 Gresham.
That's an asset that the Rams have. Kickoffs, extra points, punting. Close games down the road in the tournament. That'll be a big deal.
You hope that the Gophers players continue to fight, continue to play hard. You don't want to see them lose their love for playing, because that happens quite often in a game like this.
You know, you think about that. You have a team that's pretty good. Their second string players are probably pretty good. When they get in the game, they want to make some plays.
Right.
It's not like you can just say, turn it all off.
Yeah. Right. And they deserve the opportunity to play, to
Shine.
score, to shine. Right.
So it'll be second down and 6 from the 24. Handoff. Going to run the play this time. Tried to turn the corner on the left. Gained maybe 2.
Igbanagwam on the carry.
You know, it's an interesting story for me. Number 24, Emmanuel Igbagawam for Gresham. He lives in my homeowner, in our, what am I, sub, wherever we live. He lives in the neighborhood, all right? And so he's out working on his game, out a lot. He's out there running cones. He's out there running the hills. He's really trying to turn himself into a good football player. And it's just hard to see that in a game like this.
Exactly. Under pressure, turns the corner, rolls left, and may have the first down, may have slid for the first down.
Zach Kaufman
It's going to depend on the spot.
Kaufman, it's going to be short about a yard. And that's going to bring up 4th and 1. What do you have to lose by going for it at this point in time?
Nothing. And that, again, one of those moments right there where he's trying to not take a hit. You don't blame him. Don't want to take a big hit in this situation, but he just started his slide just a little bit too soon.
And the Gophers are going to go for it. It's 4th and 1 at the 29. Rams. It looks like they're coming. Got to stuff this run. Turns inside, and that's exactly what they did. filled up the gaps in the center and the guards and stopped that play in the backfield.
No chance. There was no chance that right there. They were in that backfield as soon as that ball was snapped.
Gibson Coyle.
I mean, you saw that coming. They were stacked up
Right.
at the line. They were ready to pounce on the ball carrier, snap the ball, and they were in the backfield. That was going nowhere fast.
Gibson Coyle.
Rams take over on down. Now they only have 28 yards to go for a touchdown. I'm not even thinking first downs here now. Receivers wide left and right. They're in the slot to the left.
That's a fact. Looks like Emerson Dennis is back at QB.
Dennis, the quarterback, points,
Ready to throw the ball.
snaps. He's going to hand off. Big hole, gets to the outside, up the middle, turns, down inside the 5, touchdown. One play, 28 yards.
Jackson on the carry.
Gavin Jackson. We haven't seen Gavin Jackson all night. He comes in for one play, turns it into a tug right there.
Gavin Jackson, 28 yards for the TD, 50-0. And that coming with 6:12 left in the half.
It's a lot of missed tackles right there, and then just some nifty running, staying slippery, and Gavin Jackson, he looks like he's had the day off for the most part, and then he gets in at one time right there and he scores a touchdown. Hey, that's called making the most of your carries right there.
Kick is good.
Kick is good by Washall, and that makes our score with 6:12 left to go in the first half. Central Catholic 51, Gresham nothing.
No disrespect, but I think I'm gonna run up to the clock and just push that button, push that run button.
Right, and you know, from a practical standpoint, nobody really wants to see a team lose.
No, and at some point you start to think about the team safety.
Right.
You know, and as both teams, you know, football we know is a risky sport, and you just really want to see people come out of the game uninjured. And right now, Gresham Gophers are just overmatched. There's no shame in that. The Central Catholic Rams, they're a good football team, a really good football team. And
Right.
the Gophers are just overmatched, and it's like that sometimes.
Steve Pine is a class guy. He would never run the score up on somebody intentionally to do that. But at this point in time, like we're seeing, there's no stopping the Rams. They're not mounting a defense sufficient to do that, and the Rams want to score.
Right, and they're running the ball,
For the Rams.
and they're just missing tackles. You know, the Gophers are just missing tackles.
It's been a while since we've seen a pass, and I don't know if we'll see another one tonight. Rams may not throw the ball again. Here's the kick. It's away. Another driving kick. That's going to be a little bit short, though, and that's going to bounce. It goes out at the 1, so that's a penalty. That's not a touchback.
No.
Oh, there's out of
Will they
bounds
bring it to
on
the
kickoff.
35?
Yep.
But again, I think he's working on some things right now. He's working on seeing if he can angle that kick or place that ball in the corner of the end zone.
The referee's talking now. I don't think he ruled that bounced into the end zone. I thought it went out at the 1, and he's going to move up now. He's saying, yeah, he's telling the Rams, look, you got to get out to the 35. That's where the ball's going to be.
Coach is trying to get the referee to see that he touched the ball, that the ball was touched by a Gopher.
You know, it might have been.
It may have been. The up back might have touched it as it was going over his head. Again, coach is always coaching. You know, the game is still going on. There's still time on the clock. Scoreboard is still running, so you got to keep coaching.
6-12, 1st and 10. The ball at the 35. Pitchman turns the corner on the left and maybe gets a yard. Boy, the Rams had that strung all the way out to the sideline.
We talked about that earlier. It's hard, that speed that the Rams have around the perimeter. It's hard to beat them to the outside. And then when you can't beat them up the middle and you can't beat them to the outside, and you can't pass and you can't run, it's tough. That makes the game awful tough night. It's going to be a long night, exactly. Other than that, though.
Drop the ball. Quarterback's just going to fall on it, and he's going to lose 7.
Bad snap recovered by Zach Kaufman.
The ball was low, bounced a couple of times. Kaufman saw he couldn't pick it up, and he just plopped on it and loses 7.
Zach Kaufman, again, you give credit where credit is due. This kid is still fighting. He's playing hard. He's trying to do what he can do. There's not a lot happening. But, you know, it's tough to play a quarterback position in a game like this. But I will give him all the credit. He's trying to do what he can do to help his team.
Wide left and right, slot left and right. Kaufman, the lone setback, another low snap. Picks it up, he throws, and that is incomplete. Incomplete out of the 50.
Up the pass for the Rams.
The Gopher coaches are looking for pass interference. Jordan King might have got there a little bit early, but I don't think the referees were really prepared to.
That may be the longest that the Gophers have tried to throw the ball. They threw that ball 15 yards down the field. It's 4th now, but it's 4th and 16. And Gophers showing punt formation. $51-0, 5:15 left to go first half. Rams lead.
Another someone was laid out there on the punt return. On the punt team. Uh-oh.
All right, here we go. Return.
Fields, is this Totter? Uh-oh.
Still on his feet. Might have stepped out of bounds. Oh, no. Looked to me almost like a horseshoe tackle, a horse collar tackle. Strider Fields, I think, what was the ball carrier.
Yep. First time we've called his name. He, too, is electrifying. He, too, can take a ball 50 yards. And as you can see right there, he sort of got excited once he saw that there was an opportunity for him to receive this punt. But there was the Gophers pretty much played some good punt coverage right there.
Nose of the ball is at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Almost said 1st and goal, and that's kind of the way it's been, but 1st and 10 from the 40.
Crew Newman back at quarterback.
The snap. He's actually throws across the middle. It's complete. It's complete down to the 25.
Pass complete to Jordan King.
Complete to King. I believe, is that King's 2nd reception of the night? 2nd reception of the night for King. Leading receiver in the Mount Hood Conference. The snap. Handoff this time into the line. Gets to the outside. Turns, down to the 16. He's trying to get to the sideline and could have gone all the way again.
And he cut back. When he watches that on film, he's going to realize that he'd have just kept bouncing that one more bounce to the outside, and it looks like he would have had 6.
Gavin Jackson on the carry. Newman the quarterback. It's 2nd and 1 from the 16. The snap. Wants to throw. And pulls it down. There's a flag down, but touchdown.
Gavin Jackson into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Gave the ball off to Jackson. Jackson turned the corner on the outside into the end zone, but there's a flag down.
Yeah, that's got to be a hold. Strider Toddsfield out there blocking for his running back. As the touchdown song is being played.
Referee taking a look. He's going to come over and tell us. Rams playing the fight song. Well, no, I think what they called is he stepped out of bounds. It's 1st and 10 at the 11.
Yeah, he wouldn't have stepped out of bounds at the 11. They called a hold. The referee didn't turn his mic on.
Right.
But I think they're sort of
it's first
delaying
down,
the
right?
inevitable.
The hold was at the 1, backed it up 10. First and 10 at the 11. They can get a score. I was going to say get a first down without a score. Don't need to do that now. They got the touchdown.
Pass complete, Jordan King.
Pass
Touchdown,
from Newman to
Rams.
King for 11 yards and the touchdown.
Ooh, Jordan comes up limping. Oh, Jordan.
11-yard pass, Newman to King. That coming with 3:44 left here in the first half. And that makes our score 57-0. Point after touchdown coming up.
Jordan King, he was getting help from his teammates, and then he sat down.
King's still sitting down at about the 12-yard line. Staff
like
going to come over.
At this point, you hope it's a cramp.
He's standing up. Let's see. He's under his own power.
Right.
No, he lifted his leg up there. So they'll bring him off.
Okay. Yes.
The touchdown pass from Newman to King, 11 yards. And I believe that's King's first touchdown of the night. 3 for Gresham, 2 for Hardiman, 1 for Gavin Jackson, 1 for King.
Trying to make that effort to get into the end zone right there. Again, just playing hard, playing football the way he knows how to play football. You know, like when you're playing, you're not worried about the score or anything. You just catch and you play the way you play. And I think that second effort, looked like he may have twisted his ankle, but he's putting some weight on it now. That's always a good sign.
That is a good sign. He is walking on his own.
And I am pretty sure we will not see Jordan King the rest of this game, injured or not. Yeah,
At
he's
58
putting
to nothing.
more and more weight on it.
Marshall with the point after touchdown makes it 58-0 with 3:44 left to go in the first half. I'm looking to see here the Gophers' worst loss of the season. They gave up 58 points to David Douglas. They lost that one 58-30. They gave up 40 to Barlow and lost that one 48-0. They gave up 48 to Sandy and lost that 48-35. They've had a couple of close games though. They lost to Jefferson 27-21. They lost to Centennial 34-20. $58-0 our score. Rams set to kick off. The kick away, that kick's going to be into the end zone and be a touchback. Come out to the 20.
Ball goes into the end zone. Will come out to the 20. 1st and 10, Gresham.
I think he thought about running that out.
Yeah.
Take a look at it.
But once that ball goes in the end zone, it's sort of a rule to save you from yourself. You know?
Exactly.
They don't want to take the kickoff completely out of the game because kickoff has been such a big part of football for years, but that is one way that you can help preserve injuries by not allowing guys to run the ball out of the end zone.
How you guys going to be at basketball this year?
You know, we should be pretty good. We have quite a few guys returning. We lost 4 seniors, but everybody played big minutes or good minutes.
Well, you have a solid reputation in your program.
Appreciate it. And it's hard work. I'm trying to, follow the lead of coaches like Coach
Bob on the
Pine,
carry.
just staying consistent,
Coyle on the
building
tackle.
your program around solid players, your great senior leadership, surrounding them with great assistant coaches. And it's been working out for us.
All right, that first running play went nowhere. It's 2nd down and 10. The ball is on the 20. 3:06, 3:05 left to go here in first half. 58-0. Rams lead. Well, I would about to say that was a fly sweep, but there was no fly in it. There was no. If it's a jet sweep, there was no jet. That developed pretty slowly.
I think they're running, and
Carpenter
rightfully so.
on the
After so long, you run gingerly. You're not really hitting the hole as hard. You're sort of protecting yourself as you run, and that's what it looks like running backs are doing here for the Gophers.
3rd down and 10. That's 2 running plays, no gain. The snap, drops back, under pressure, rolls to the right. Oh, I can't tell if somebody knocked that ball out of his hand or he just dropped it.
Just slipped out.
Just slipped out.
Coffin drops the ball out of bounds.
Because it wasn't a pass attempt. That ball's not coming back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be where it went out.
So it was a fumble out of bounds.
It was.
It looks like they were trying to set up the screen, running back screen, and it just didn't materialize. So he had to try to tuck it. The worst part about that for the Gophers is that it went out of bounds, and that stopped the clock.
Brody moves in punt formation for Gresham.
So it is 4th down and 15 from the 15. A low snap, gets the kick away, a driving kick, and touched, I believe it was touched by the Rams, and then one of the Rams players fell on it.
Yeah, Timmy Mitchell looked like he was trying to make the play, trying to catch the ball on the run. Went through his hands, and Strider Todd Fields back there fell on the ball.
And still, the line of scrimmage is going to be the 43-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 43.
Chuck, how many punts is that right now for the Gophers?
7,
Is that
6.
7 punts? You're going to have to get him a massage at halftime.
Whoa. 8 punts. 8 punts. Wow. Okay.
And one of them he fumbled. Here we go.
Jump cut. Cuts to the left.
Oh,
cuts
boy.
again. This is
Oh,
going to go
boy.
all the way. There's
Oh,
a
boy.
flag, though, back at the line of scrimmage. That goes all the way.
Ellis Bynum into the end zone.
Bynum, that would be a 43-yard run, but there's a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
Nice cut. So, like you said, a couple jump cuts right there, keeping his eyes downfield.
Bynum hurries back there. He wants to know, did I score or didn't I? Well, the answer to that one is no.
Not yet.
Not yet. Holding on the Rams. Holding on the Rams. Again, huge lane down the left side that time. I mean, once he got to the sideline, there's nobody going to get him. Backs it up. It's now 1st and 21, and now the ball is at the 45 of Central Catholic. 1:37 left to go here in the first half. The snap into the center of the line, turns it to the outside. Bynum trying to get to the 1st down marker. He'll be short. He'll get about 8.
He's not going down easy. He's
Bynum
not
on
going
the
down
carry.
easily.
Lucas Fonder on the tackle.
Bynum gets 8. Well, actually, they're going to give him only about 5. No, yeah, that's right. It's 2nd down and 2. High snap. Going to turn the corner on the left. There's a big opening. Gets outside, down the sideline. I think he stepped out of bounds.
That's a touchdown.
Bynum, nope, did not step out of bounds.
For the touchdown.
Bynum going to go 43 yards for the touchdown.
So in theory, Bynum, you just added to his total of rushing yards. The first touchdown that was called back, I believe, was 43.
It was.
So they took him back 10 yards. He got the first carry, and then he got this carry. So that's 53 yards and a touchdown for Bynum. So it worked out for him.
That coming with 40 seconds left to go. That makes our score 64-0. Marshall in for the point after touchdown. And it's up and drives it right through.
The extra point is good.
65-0.
Bynum with 7 carries, 97 yards, and
Wow.
a touchdown. He started the game off running well, took a little time off, comes back in the game late in the second quarter, continues to run well.
I'll be anxious to see what the total is on offensive, how many yards, total yards for the Rams in the first half. We'll get that before the start of the second half, but it's going to be a bunch.
Go get some calculators.
40 seconds still left in the first half, 65-0.
Right now they're putting together the kickoff team, and at this point, it looks like Coach Bailey is just finding guys who wants to go out here, and now you're just sort of giving guys opportunities to do things a little bit different than they normally have.
I don't think Gresham has more than a couple of first downs. I think they had one by penalty.
Well, good thing for us, we got Chuck, the great.
Three total.
3 total. Uh-oh, there.
What are we doing?
Number 41.
Must be a fan favorite for the Rams. Number 41, he was the cheerleader in the beginning. And he's checked into the game, and the fans are going
Dan
wild.
Savage. Yes.
He is a sophomore running back, 5'3". He's going to hide behind some players. They're going to be out on the end. He looks like
Yes,
Rudy.
Dan.
Looks like Rudy from
Yes,
the movie.
Dan.
Here he goes. Oh, and Wilshire drives that kick into the end zone.
20-yard line, 1st and 10, Gresham.
Yes, Dan. I love it.
And the fans embrace him.
Oh, my goodness.
Dan Savage checked into the game. The fans were up. They were yelling. He was on the kickoff team, went downfield. It was into the end zone, so it's coming out to the 20. But
And the cheerleaders are cheering his name.
right, he's pretty excited.
This is what it's all about right here. Man, I love it.
And the other players, Hardiman just gave him a big pat. 40 seconds left to go here. First half, 65-0.
Is this still the first half?
And again, Gophers run the ball. They get about 2.
Igbanaguam on the carry.
I can
Bain
assure
on
you
the
that the
tackle.
second half is going to go much faster than this half has gone.
Gresham should just let this clock run out.
Looks like they're going to. 3 seconds, 2
Yes,
seconds.
let the clock.
They're not going to run a play. There's the horn. That is the end of the first half. Gophers
That is
trail
the
in
end
this
of our
65 to
first
nothing.
half.
Rams got 30 points in the first quarter, got 35 in the second. Lead this one 65 to nothing. James, your thoughts on the first half?
Wow, what a show. You know, we knew that the Rams are explosive, and they've shown that in every aspect of the game, offensively and defensively, special teams as well. This is a well-oiled machine right now.
All right, we're going to take a break here at halftime. We'll come back with a couple of minutes before the start of the second half. The clock will be running in the second half, according to the Mercy rule. So we'll take a break. We'll come back with a couple of minutes before the start of the second half. We're at Hillsborough Stadium. Our score here at halftime, it is Central Catholic 65, Gresham nothing.
Welcome to the 2021 Central Catholic Homecoming Halftime Show. We've had an amazing Spirit Week. Time now to direct your attention to the field and welcome our cheerleaders.
Oh, she went to Gophers look for you. Yeah, that's funny. Text her and say, I'm here. What up, Josh? How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to finally meet you. Yeah, definitely. How's it going? So you guys know someone on the Gresham team? Yeah. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, she went to Gophers.
So good. Okay. Our East Haley goes central.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Bigger white people for the white me. I'm about to my checks and my Nikes. Excuse me, because I know I stay. That I'm bamboozled like a spike bee. Need more than the butcher to find me. I just got a bed to get a high fee. Ooh, general. I just have the label to sign me.
And now, please welcome our song leaders. freshman class, please welcome Priscilla Chu and Nate Bunn. Representing the sophomore class, Carmen Deweese and Catherine Regalado. Representing the junior class, Francis Godley Campbell and Charlie Black. And now it's our pleasure to introduce to you the 2020 Senior Homecoming Court. Augustin Montez Tacuba. Isaiah Thomas. Samantha O'Leary. Thomas Ferragio. Andrew Tennell. And Sophia Bowman. And now, the crowning of our 2021 Ram Royalty. Congratulations to Augusta Montez Tacuba and Isaiah Thomas. And congratulations to all the members of our homecoming court for 2021.
Books are becoming like stickers. Like some of these books, they're like $400 because they're stickers. Do you like what?
Welcome back to halftime at Hillsborough Stadium. Mount Hood Conference 6A football action. Our score at halftime, it is Central Catholic 65, Gresham nothing. Nothing, is that the right term? Or are we going with zero? I can't remember. Zero.
We're going with zero. It's a little nicer.
Zero. 9 touchdowns for the Rams, 8 extra points and a field goal. 30 points in the first quarter, 35 points in the second quarter. We'll take a look at some of the stats here. For the Gresham Gophers, they were 3 of 13 passing for 13 yards. Rushing, they had 8 yards on 15 carries. That is a total of 21 total yards in the half for the Gresham Gophers. For the Central Catholic Rams, 11 carries, 173 yards on those 11 carries. That is about 16 yards a carry. Bynum, 7 carries for 97 yards. Passing, they were 8 of 10 for 263 yards. Gresham, 2 receptions for 98 yards and 2 TDs. That is 436 yards of total offense for a half.
Wow, that's a great game they played that half.
So get that again, 436 total yards to 21. Now,
It was
go
just
ahead.
a lot of things went correct. A lot of things went right. You know, there was really much nothing that the Gophers could do that could slow down the Rams offense, and they would score 8 passes, 263 yards. Again, I don't do math that well, but that sounds like a lot of average yards per pass right there.
Well, they got just by Gresham, they got almost 100 in two receptions. So it has been an offensive show. You know, if you want to know how to play offense, all you had to do was watch the first half of this game. Second half, it's going to go much faster because the clock is going to run all the time. That means when the ball goes out, that means in between plays, that means when they move the chains, that means the clock's going to run.
And you said 9 touchdowns in the first half?
9 touchdowns, 8 extra points. So goes to 1 missed extra point and a field goal.
9
touchdowns is 54, 8 extra points, 62, the field goal, 65.
Right.
I'm not a math major either, but
But I know that 9 touchdowns is a lot. We don't have to be math majors to know that that is a lot.
Right.
And it takes teams, 3 or 4 games to score 9 touchdowns. And what the Rams have done in the half has been really impressive.
I suppose when Coach Pine was down in the locker room, you might, what would I want to change? Well, we haven't done anything wrong yet, so I don't know.
No, Coach Piney, when you're in this situation, you go down to the locker room, you take your time, you walk around, you go to the bathroom, you huddle up with your coaches. Your coaches are all smiling, they're trying to figure out what they can say you're just sort of letting the time go by. Then you go in there and you still talk about execution. You talk about doing things the Ram way, and you come out and you still continue to execute. But there's not a lot that you can go in and complain about at this after this first half.
I'm Dave Hall along with James Broadous. And James, the thing that, when I looked at this sheet, the thing that stood out, I mean, all of this stands out, but I look at 15 carries for 8 yards total for Gresham in the first half. That's running the ball. That's just defensive line dominance.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And I hate to sound, that I'm talking bad about Gresham, but they're just having a tough time moving the ball. 15 rushes, 8 yards. That's like minus 2 yards a carry.
Yeah, I don't.
You're not going to win very many games doing the moonwalk.
I don't recall any play where they gained more than 5 or 6 yards on any play. And of course, the quarterback sacks and the dropped punt by the punter, and a couple of fumbles in the backfield by the quarterback, and that contributed to all of that. So we'll get the second half underway here in just a second. It was halftime. They introduced the court for homecoming. Nice crowd tonight, though.
Nice crowd, nice homecoming event.
Now,
Sure, there's going to be a homecoming dance. Again, all these things that you get to do again, that students are having the opportunity to redo. The things that have been shut down. It's just a great atmosphere, just a good opportunity to see kids smiling again and getting ready. I'm getting back to some sort of normalcy in high school once again.
My high school football career, the 4 homecoming games we had, did we ever celebrate a win during those homecoming dances? No, we didn't. We won.
A reminder that
we won 4 games in 3 years.
The second half will be played under a running clock.
Yeah, so and homecoming is always more fun when you win. There was a couple of those homecomings that we did win. And it's, the dance is better. The evening is a whole lot better when you win. And I can't imagine it getting any better than what the Rams are going to go experience.
PA announcer just made the announcement to the crowd. Second half, running clock.
And there were some cheers to that. Coming from this booth.
That was a long first half only because of the amount of scoring that went on.
Right.
I mean, the plays didn't take a long time. I'd like to know what the time of possession was in the first half. I'm guessing it might have been pretty close.
Right. But it does, again, we talked about that before, where stats do lie. Time of possession does not always tell the true story of the football game.
When Chip Kelly was the coach at Oregon, he said, I don't ever care about the time of possession.
What do you do with that possession?
Exactly. All right, Rams set to kick off. They will move from our left to our right. Watch up with the kickoff. Gophers in their white uniforms, blue lettering. And the kick is away. That's going to be a little bit shorter. Fielded up around the 10 to the 15. Goes backwards now, back to the 10, and going to be hit back there at the 10. I'm thinking the kicker might be getting a little tired.
Yeah, he's a little bit tired too. His foot is probably a little bit weary right now. I give the Gophers credit. Again, coming out of the half, as a coach, a head coach myself, I look at all those little things that sort of happens in programs. And those guys coming out of the tunnel, they were still running out of there. They were still excited. You could see that they still have some fight in them. And that's big. I give Coach credit for continuing to rally his team and getting them up. And if some people hung their heads and quit, not a lot of people would blame them in this game. But I don't see that happening right now.
Handoff into the center of the line and gains about 4. I'll ask Chuck, our statistician. Chuck, do the Gophers have any turnovers in the game? I mean, they're down 65-0. I don't recall a turnover.
Igbanagwam on the carry.
No turnovers.
That's something to build on right there.
Bain on the stop.
Some penalties that put them in adverse situations, but no turnovers.
Clock is running. 2nd down and 7. Ball on the 13. High snap. Off a right tackle, straight ahead. Maybe got 2, maybe got out to the 15.
Like, oh yeah, guys,
Just trying to get as many yards
Big
as you
body
can.
bomb on the carry.
2 and 3 yards.
Jimmy Mitchell with
1
the
and 2
stop.
yards sometimes.
Mitchell on the stop with Bonneguam on the carry. Got 2, 3rd and 5 from the 15.
you live stream, you play video games or you cooking or even whatever you want to stream on there. It's mostly video games though.
3rd and 15. Pitch stopped in the backfield.
Fumble?
I'm not sure if that's a...
Oh, it's a fumble.
It is. Just talking about turnovers, and there's the one. Gophers
Recovered
turn the
by
ball
the
over on a
Rams.
fumble.
Inibu
I think
on
that
the
I think the
recovery.
defensive player might have just slapped that out of his hands.
You put the whammy on him. You were just talking about no turnovers,
right.
and you hadn't seen it.
I'm sorry, Gophers. I actually live in the Gresham district. I'm sorry.
There's the Marion Winston coming out with his knee iced. I think it's safe to say that his evening is done as far as football. I don't know about the homecoming dance. This might be his homecoming dance.
Right. We'll
it's
get you
tomorrow.
who's quarterbacking here for the Rams. I think there's a handoff inside, straight ahead, and gets down to the 10.
Ty Jones on the carry.
The quarterback for the Rams is number 5, and that is Nico May. May is a sophomore.
Getting him a great opportunity now to get some varsity time and again learn under Coach Pine.
See, we've already run 4 minutes off the clock here. May, the quarterback, receivers wide left and right. They're in the slot to the right. Lone setback. 2nd and 7 from the 10. Handoff straight ahead. On the carry that time, that's number 14, Ty Jones.
Jones on the carry. Mason
They're really going to
Herman's on
slow
the
this
tackle.
game down. May looks like he has instructions to not snap that ball, not call for the snap before 10 seconds at least. So they're watching that back official. When he raises his hand, then he'll start getting into his cadence.
Right, there's no clock that tells you how much time is left on each snap, but the official raises his hand back there. May, the quarterback, waiting for the snap. And he's going to take as long as he can.
As long as he can.
There's the snap. There's the handoff inside. Big hole. Close.
Ty Jones.
Jones on the carry.
Jones on the carry again. Close.
Has the first down, 1st and goal for the Rams.
I was just going to say, you can get a first down without a touchdown, and that's exactly what the Rams just did. It's first down.
Hey, Sarah. I like your shoes. Those are flat. New Balance.
It won't be surprising to see each team with maybe 2 possessions in a quarter now, with the clock running just continuously.
They look flat.
First and goal at the 1.
Well, it's all about coverage.
May waiting for the signal from the back judge. The time's almost run out there. He gives it off. Little step inside. Is that enough? Going to be close.
Ty Jones on the carry.
The referees are not giving it to him. They will make him run another play. And
2nd and goal from the 1. May stays quarterback. Jones the running back. Receivers out wide to the right and in the slot to the right, now way out to the left.
The glass kind of comes down too as well on some of them. Yeah.
Hand goes up from the referee. May ready for the snap. Takes it, gives it to Jones. Jones is going to run a sweep to the left side this time.
Even better. Yeah, that's awesome.
And I don't know.
Nothing
No
there.
signal.
Jones on the carry. Lucas Hunter on the stop.
Gophers defense is standing up right now.
That'll make it 3rd down and goal. Actually, they're going to say he lost the yard. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Yeah, she let me have it. Then I was like, at the end of it, I was like, oh, why did we do this? It wasn't a good look, but it was comfortable.
As James pointed out, the back judge will stick his hand up when there's just a few seconds left to go before the play clock runs out. And May is watching. Hand went up. He's ready for the snap. There's the snap. Handoff. Little jump cut inside to the left this time. They're not signaling a touchdown either then.
Jones on the carry.
Nope, still not a touchdown.
Still not a touchdown.
4th down, 4th and goal from the 1.
Are they gonna go for it? 4th and goal.
4th and goal. 4:10 left in the quarter. Ready. Made the snap. Going to run a sweep play far to the right. Turns it inside. Jones, I don't think he got it. Nope, he did. There's the referee signal. Hand goes up. Touchdown, Ty Jones.
Into the end zone.
He was not to be denied. Like 5, 6, 7 carries. The bulk of those within the 10-yard line, and even more specifically within the 5-yard line.
3:28 left to go here in the 3rd. The point after touchdown coming up, 71-0. James, I think they're going for 2.
Yeah, at this point, they're going to give the kicker.
Right, May, Jones, receivers wide left and right. See if they give it to Jones again. So Rams going for 2, leading 71-0. And all right, I see what happened now. May just kneeled down.
Nico May downs himself in the backfield.
That's the sportsmanship move. That's the classy
Calling
move.
all prospective
Coach Pine, I still want to give my guys an opportunity to play. They still have, these guys, we talked about it earlier, the 2nd and 3rd strings, they work hard in practice. They deserve an opportunity to play. And then when you score the touchdown, you know what, we're not trying to run it up. We will take the knee, don't try to score this extra point, but we do want to give our guys an opportunity to play football.
Right. May is the 3rd string quarterback, a sophomore, probably doesn't get a whole lot of snaps during the week, and executed that drive, got a touchdown. Coach said, just go in and kneel down, and he did exactly what they told him.
Yeah. You can't be mad at that.
Nope. 71-0. 2:36 left to go here in the game. 2:36 in the 3rd, I'm sorry. All right.
And
Savage checks back into the game. He's excited. He'll come out and line up on the outside on the kickoff team, outside on the right. And the crowd chants 41. he wants to take a look at them. There's a kick that's going to be fielded in play at the 2, out to the 10, out to the 15, out to the 25.
Pippa White on the return.
White on the return.
It's the best part of the game right here.
Clock running. We're going to get to 150 here. Savage checks out. Gets a pat on the helmet from Coach Pine. First and 10, the ball at the 25. Trip receivers to the left. Gresham going to run the ball still. Turns inside. That's going to be a gain maybe of 1 or 2.
just not.
Big
There's just
ball
no lanes to
on
run.
the
What do you
carry.
do when there's no lanes to run?
Kate Galen on the stop.
Can't throw the ball, can't run the ball.
Other than that, things are going well.
Clock ticks under a minute. Minute left to go in the third. 71-0. Second down and 7 from the 28. Trip receivers to the right. Wants to throw. Drops back under pressure. And sacked. Tackled around the ankles for the loss.
Coffin down behind the line of scrimmage.
That may be the first sack of the day. You know,
Solomon
he
McDaniel
has done a
will
pretty
play for
good
the
job
Rams.
of moving that pocket and throwing that ball away when he didn't have anything. And right there, it just caught up with him.
A
Kaufman
loss.
has-
Yeah, a loss of 7. Third and 14 from the 21. Wants to throw under pressure again. Rolls right, lobs it downfield, complete. Might be, well, no, it could be close to the first down. Let's see where the forward progress is, but I think he's, well, the referee's standing there.
That's the end of our third quarter.
And that is the end of the third quarter. Fastest third quarter I've ever seen. Our Rams still scored in the quarter. It is 71-0 at the end of 3.
Go to ccramstore.com. Order now as quantities are
According to that
limited.
spot, it looks like it's going to be a first down.
It looked that way to me. A passing first down for the Gophers.
There you go.
Or it looks like three-dimensional.
Well, maybe not. They're moving the chains to the other end. "12-minute quarters," and I think that quarter was 12 minutes. I mean, 12 minutes total.
12 minutes total.
All right, it was a first down. So it's first down Gophers, 1st and 10 at the 35. Gophers want to throw underneath. Oh, almost picked off. Almost picked off.
Pass incomplete.
Second and 10 from the 35. Kaufman lone back. 4 receivers to the left. Now they'll send motion coming to the right. Fake the fly sweep. Kaufman rolls left under pressure.
Rolls right.
Now he rolls right. He's going to pull it down and just head for the out of bounds. He did. He might have got 7 yards that time.
Coffin on the keeper.
He ran 50 yards, though. He ran left, he ran right, he ran south, and he ran north.
And out of bounds. Actually, they're going to give him about 5. So it's 2nd and 5 from the 40. The thing of it is, when he goes to roll, he's under pressure immediately. Great containment by the defensive ends by the Rams.
His reads have to be hot. His receivers, they have to be short, quick routes, and sometimes he's got to get rid of the ball before the receivers even make their break. He's waiting for them to get open and like show him his numbers, but there's just not enough time for that.
Dropped the ball under pressure, and he's going to be sacked.
Coffin brought down by number 25, Noah Mackin.
Number 25, Noah Mackin on the sack. Big loss. 4th and 15 now, loss of 10. 4th and 15, need to get to the 30. And they're going to punt. Gophers are going to punt. Rams trying to make sure they have the right number of players on the field. Looks like the Gophers are doing the same. Set for the punt.
Moves in punt formation for Gresham.
The snap low, went to his legs. He's going to pick it up. He's going to try to kick it away. He does. That may go 5 yards and takes another 5-yard bounce. So the punt goes about 10 yards total.
Ball is down on the 31-yard line.
Ball at the 31-yard line.
You know, Dave, sometimes there's just no words. Sometimes there's just.
How many times has that happened tonight where the snap on the punt has been short 3 or 4 times? Yeah.
And then the punter, he's already going to be under duress, and now he's a little bit nervous because he's got to try to figure out if he can pick this ball up, if he should.
Yeah, and kick it, yeah.
And the ball's wet. It's just a lot. It's a bad situation again.
Rams finally get 11th player out on the field.
I'm sure he's not going out for a pass.
Inside. You know, when you get to this and the coach is trying to get everybody in the game and get everybody played, and sometimes these combinations haven't been who they've had in practice, and the coach says, I want Team D in.
Right.
And you're not sure if you're on Team D.
Then it starts to turn around and just be like, hey, you, go in there.
You're right. Now I'm not looking for a number. I'm looking for anybody.
Anybody. Just, I've never played that position. Doesn't matter. Just go out there and block.
Just go. 7:52 left to go here in the game. The snap, the handoff inside.
Oh,
kept it, pulled it back, got a lane on the outside and runs out of bounds. New quarterback. That's number 16. Let's see, number 16, Luke Baker. Baker is a freshman.
All right.
Smart move that time, pulled the ball down, got to the outside. He's still short of the first down. 3rd and 4. The ball is on the 25.
But that was the right read, you know, and sometimes you look at the results, and that's great, but when you're working with your quarterbacks, you're trying to figure out if they made the right decision. That was the right decision that he made.
Right. I'm pretty excited. I'm in the game of quarterback. I'm a freshman. He's waiting for the sign so he can use up. There it is. The snap. Into the middle. Fumble. Rams have not turned the ball over. I think the initial signal is the Gophers might have it. They do. Gophers have the ball on the turnover. 6:40 left to go in the game.
That's you again, Dave, the whammy. You started talking about there had been no turnovers. Can you say this for me? James, you have not won the lottery.
James, you've not won the lottery.
Right, thank you. Okay. I got to make a stop on the way home.
Fumble on that last play, recovered by the Gophers.
1st and 10 Gophers. The ball's going to be on the 24. Trip receivers to the left. Gophers have been willing to throw the ball here lately. They're going to throw it now. Kaufman drops back, looks, been under pressure. Now he's got some room on the left, and he's going to slide down at the 30. Gain of 6.
Coughlin on the keeper.
Again, nothing there. He's pulling it down and running, just sort of to get some positive yards. You can see he's not really running to sort of take it to the house. He's just running to get some positive yards, move the ball up the field. Have they had the ball on the other side of the 50 today? I'm trying to think on the Rams side of the 50. I'm not.
I don't think they've crossed midfield. I don't think they have.
It's a tough story to tell.
The snap, pitch, and that's going to be stopped for a loss. Going to lose 5 or lose 4 on that.
Poor Emmanuel, he is finding it tough to play against, and he has been looking forward. He's a competitor, like I said. He's a neighbor, and I see him out there working. He's watching YouTube videos. He's doing all this stuff on his own, and he was thinking about this game for a long time, and it's just not anything for him.
It is 3rd down and 8 from the 26. Kaufman drops back, looks, he's going to roll, he's under pressure, he lets that one go, complete, but it won't be enough. Complete out to the 27. Gain of maybe a yard.
On the reception, knocked out of bounds by Kate Galen.
Here comes the punt unit.
The punter has to think like he's under siege.
Brody moves in confirmation.
We're closing in on 4 minutes left to go in the game. Good snap this time. He fields it. He gets a kick away. And that's going to be a pretty good kick. Going to take a bounce. Fielded at the 40. Turns inside and out to midfield.
Michael Williams on the return for the Rams.
Williams on the return for the Rams. Michael Williams, number 82, the junior.
A lot of people getting opportunities to play today. You hope at this point that both teams can walk out of here without any major injuries.
Especially at this late in the game.
Right. I think we know the Rams are going to run this play clock all the way down to the last possible second before snapping it. This may be the last series of the game.
Handoff, maybe a couple of yards.
Anthony on the carry. Connor on the stop.
There's a barn burner out in West Lynn, Lake Oswego.
Really? What's going on there?
It's hard to believe, but they're telling me the score is 72 to 66.
Yikes.
Yes, that's football. Chuck asked that's
Hey.
football.
I don't know that the Lake Oswego basketball team's ever scored 72 points in a game, but
Right. That looks like 69. I need
Oh,
to.
a hold.
Uh-oh.
almost got to the outside that time. Clock is ticking down towards 2
Anthony,
minutes.
the ball carrier.
James, we got a Ram player down here at the end who's on crutches. Was that somebody who started the game, or is that a...
Yeah, that's Winston.
Ah. I shouldn't say on crutches. He's got one.
Yeah,
All right.
probably more precautionary than anything at this point.
3rd down and 8 from the 48. We're closing in on 1:30 left to go in the game. The snap. Handoff. Gets free of a tackler, but then tackled in the backfield.
Anthony on the carry.
On the carry that time for
Booth
the
with
Rams,
the tackle.
number 32, and that's Ryan Anthony, Jr.
So without a first down, it won't be the last play. The Gophers may take over on downs on the right side of the 50 right here. If
It's 4th and 11. The ball is at the 49.
the Rams don't get 3 yards, the game within the game.
And they do, they got a bunch more than that. They still don't get a first down, but they got down to the 44.
Ryan Anthony on the carry.
A gain of 5.
Gophers will take over at the 45-yard line, still not on that side of the 50. What a game.
And the clock is running, so now it's below 35 seconds. The clock is running. So it's 71-0 with 26 seconds left to go. We may not see another snap. At this point in time, kind of what's the point? Let's not get anybody hurt or anything. Although the Gophers run out towards the middle, 15 seconds. And they're going to run a play.
They're going to try to run a play. There's nobody guarding the
5 seconds.
receiver over there.
Receiver's wide open on that side, got his hand up, didn't see him. This is going to be the last play of the game. And it's to Iguanabom, and he goes out, and that's it.
That's the end of tonight's game.
That's the end of the game. Our final score here at Hillsborough Stadium, it is the Central Catholic Rams 71, the Gresham Gophers nothing. Rams led this game 30-0 after one. It was 65-0 at half if they scored 35 in the second half. Rams got a touchdown in the third quarter with the clock running all the time to make this 71-0, and then neither team scored in the fourth. That's our final score, 71-0. Let's see, that's 10 touchdowns, 9 extra points, and a field goal. No, 8 extra points and a field goal because they kneeled down on the one.
And the partridge in a pear tree.
All right, James, your final thoughts?
The Rams are looking good. They are looking good as they prepare for this big game next week, the big ESPN game against Clackamas, the nationally televised game. They are really clicking on all cylinders. You just hope that the injury to Jordan King isn't serious. We've seen Marion Winston on crutches. You hope that they'll be ready to play next week as they make this push to the playoffs.
All right, got some people we want to thank. Hillsborough Stadium for their hospitality. Both head coaches and athletic directors tonight of the two teams, the Gresham Gophers and the Central Catholic Rams. Our crew tonight, Ryan Johnson on our camera, Alva Myers is our director, our statistician, Chuck Bickle. Great job tonight, Chuck. Thanks for all that information. My broadcast partner, James Broadous, and I'm Dave Hall. Again, our final score from Hillsborough Stadium in Metro Mount Hood Conference 6A football action. It is the Central Catholic Rams 71, the Gresham Gophers nothing. Good night, everybody.